Yes, but my mind is still new.
Maybe we'll start from very beginning. How did you come up with the name Good Guys Kombucha? What does it mean?
Actually, the name Good Guys come from literature. And usually when talking about fermentation, because fermentation happens with microorganisms like bacteria and yeast. And a lot of people always say that there is a good guys bacteria in kombucha. So that's how we found out that we were like, it's a cool name and we want to use it. And we are like the good guys bacteria spreading the good culture and good things.
Speaking of culture, when I first heard about you, I was like, okay, these guys are selling non-alcoholic drink in Finland and trying to make a business out of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the biggest growing market in the beverage sections.
Yeah, and we believe that we can change the culture because in Finland, how people are socializing and how they are together, usually they drink alcohol. And we want to change the culture that people can be together and have fun and you don't always have to drink something alcoholic. And of course, in kombucha, there's also a little bit of alcohol, but not that much that it would change your decision making or stuff like that.
Yeah, and if we look the younger generation, that what we are actually, then we can see that there is a lot of change also in Finland already. Then the university kids or students at this time, they're totally different what we were when we went to university. Or actually, I'm still in the university.
Yeah, and there is actual demand for better options. If you look at the non-alcoholic drinks, there isn't that many, interesting options. And I think kombucha is a great option for that because usually it's local and you can actually get to know to the people who have made it. So, and it's fermented, so it's full of good bacteria and good stuff.
And it's not only the alcoholic drinks that you should compare it as a standalone drink. It's a great tasting beverage or product. Also, I think one of the things that why kombucha has got so popular in the United States is actually the fact that people drink too much of sodas and sugar-added drinks. And this new kind of, or actually it's nothing new, but this naturally fermented low sugar drink that is actually healthy for your body. It's something that drives it to be successful.
Yeah, nowadays we eat a lot of food that is pasteurized or sterilized, and we don't get that much living food or living organisms in our system. So that is a good way to enjoy a bottle of good bacteria and living things. That how is kombucha helps your immune system and
and maybe Finland is especially criticized to be this overly sterilized
hygienic
culture and country. So it's probably a good thing to get some good bacteria in your system.
And do you generally remember how did you come up with the idea?
Yeah, we've been asked this so many times. So my boyfriend, Chris, who is also involved in this company, he was really into tea. So we traveled to Sri Lanka and our good friend who is from there, his dad is really big, a big entrepreneur. He used to be a big entrepreneur in the tea industry. So he took us to the, tea farms. Are they called tea farms? Yeah. And we saw how the tea is grown and how tea is taken from the farm to the stores. And we went there and see how the tea grows, and we got really into tea. And then we came back to Finland and we were thinking like, what can we do to make people drink more tea? And then Teemu, who is also in one of the good guys, he came from New Zealand and he was brewing kombucha there. And he was like, hey, we have to do kombucha. And we were like, wow, let's start, experimenting. And then Markus came and we had this small space in the center of Tampere, and we were brewing all kinds of stuff there.
Yeah, it's actually the old startup hubs space in the sauna. We rented the sauna space for us, and so we could easily clean up the vessels. And
feels so long time ago.
But there's actually, in this history, there's a link to this building, because how we are actually involved, or how I am also involved with the company. And we met with Chris while working here in Startup Hub upstairs. And there was this tea club that formed inside the
I
startup hub.
remember
So
that.
there was a lot of coffee drinkers, but there was this tea enthusiast. So they gather around and talk about tea and brought their own teas. So
Yeah, and tea is one of the main ingredients in kombucha. And we wanted to have really high quality kombucha, so it's important to have really good quality tea. So all of our teas that we put in our kombucha is organic. It's whole leaf teas, and we use only the best quality.
And like Hanna said, it started with, first we were thinking about to do the company around the tea.
Yeah.
And there are some issues that they're about the size and the distribution chains, that it's not easy as a small startup company to actually enter the tea business. I think anywhere pretty much in the world, it's such a huge and old industry. But through this kombucha, which is something new that people are interested in, and then a lot of people don't think about the tea aspect, but this is actually a new and clever way to introduce tea also to our daily life.
Yeah.
And that's our mission statement as well in the company, that we want to increase the appreciation of tea in this promised land of coffee.
Yeah.
Okay, as a coffee drinker, I might oppose to that. And here we hear the pure sound of kombucha. Also, I wanted to ask you, as more experienced entrepreneur, to give a piece of advice for the beginners. How do you come up with a good business idea?
I think there was a couple of examples here, what we just talked about. I think
Don't give up.
And when you form it, I think one of the main thing is that you have to be passionate about it, whatever you're making. And it's been said tons of time, but if you do it just for the getting rich or money, it's not
working.
Yeah, it's not a good reason for it, or it gets too tiring. If you don't feel passionate about what you're doing, you will run out of steam. And then the other fact that I would look really hard with the people like starting the company, that there is enough diversity and skills, and also that the human qualities are something that are compatible, because you will spend a lot of time with those people.
Right. Can you then please introduce to us the Good Guys Kombucha team?
Yeah, there is me, Kombucha Queen, or how do you want to call it? And then Chris, he's our CEO. And then, of course, Markus and Teemu.
That's our Tampere team.
That's our Tampere team. Plus Jaska. Jaska is really meaningful, like important part of our team.
The face of the company.
Face of the company, yeah. And then there is Jaska is Markus, your dog, your husky.
Yeah, Jaska is Jaska the husky, which is also for many it's probably a familiar face through this tribe.
Yeah, and if you want to see Jaska, go follow him on Instagram called Jaska the husky. You can see his cute face there. And in Jyväskylä, we have Matti and Ossi. They are making a lot of our video production. If you look at our Instagram page, there's so many cool videos that Matti has made. He's really talented. And Ossi is also a rapper. He makes music, and he also does a lot of the marketing side. And then we have our Duracell bunny in Helsinki, Johannes, who has like tons of companies that he's involved. And he's doing a lot of sales and marketing and inspiring.
Yeah, his goal is to retire before he turns 30,
and
which I think just kind of like
around the corner,
happening. So
he has a lot of cafes, and he's into this raw food, vegan food industry. Yeah.
So I guess that means that you believe in finding the ideal team members via community networking.
Yes, definitely. And that's one of the main reasons why we originally formed the Startup Hub, and then why we founded Tribe as well, that people can more easily meet, and especially like-minded people. And through these, like the tea club that was formed in Startup Hub, and also the hobbies that we had, I think one of the key things that we used to go play badminton, Chris, as well. So that is something that you actually make these more deeper friendships, and through these you actually can find some something totally different.
And then that is actually kind of like what kombucha does, our fermentation process. So we are all kind of, bacteria interacting with each other and growing and making something greater. So that I think it's really important to network and communicate with other people so you can grow together, because you're not doing this alone. You need the other people.
And now we all know that the right way to drink kombucha is not to drink it alone.
Yes, with other people.
Markus, Hanna, thank you very much for this interview. That was fun. Let's just have off the record a bit more kombucha and chat.
Yay!
Yay.
Thank you.
In the next interview, we have recorded using Skype and some other special technology. So my next guest is actually staying in China. Hello, Santeri, and please tell our listeners a few things about yourself.
Hi, I'm Santeri, and I'm spending my year in China. It's turning into its end, and then the end, I must say, must be the most exciting thing that will happen here. Even though I've got used to the country, I haven't used to this situation that is going to be.
I know that you have been one of the first people to find Tribe Tampere community. Could you please tell a few things about the early days of Tribe Tampere RU?
It's a funny question because we just had a phone call with two other founders of Tribe, and what came up was that we all had a different birthday for Tribe. Right now, when we are doing this recording, it's 5th of July, and that is the official birthday of the association in the patent attorney, like when we filed the patent. Then there was another birthday that is 20th of September, because then there was the grand opening of Tribe Tampere. Over 400 people came there to witness what is this new thing, 2017. And my view of the birth of Tribe Tampere was September 30th, because that was the first official meetup of Tribe Tampere. And back then we called it in our Slack group as Tampere Fail, because everybody said that these kind of let's bring people together attempts will eventually fail. So what it was, I was a young student. I wanted to learn by doing. I had some chairmanship positions behind me, and when I could help Y Campus and the university to get connected to the actual working life, and we had Tampere Fail, I was really delighted to play the chairmanship role and call the meetings and make the agenda. And it was really fun time. A lot of learning. I never thought where it would end like this, and I'm kind of happy. It stays interesting all the time.
And therefore, this autumn we celebrate 2 years of Tribe Tampere.
Yeah, I would say almost 3 years. That's my version.
And now let's tell our listeners about the Greater Bay Area trip.
The Finest Bay Area is a big organic delegation, organically organizing delegation that is coming from the Finest Bay Area, which is the connector of the Asia to Europe in the heart of AirAsia. And that will be the Helsinki airport, so to say, and all the community that is there. That is the most important thing. It is a startup delegation, but there is also public administration involved. It's all the people who are basically interested in building business relationships and startup community relationships between the two areas. And we are going to the Greater Bay Area in China, which is in the south of China. It is the biggest urban area in the whole world. It consists of many big cities, which the most famous must be Hong Kong, and right next to it, Shenzhen, the city that wasn't a city or anything 30 years ago, but is now bigger than Paris. Then there is Guangzhou, former name is Canton, the old legendary city of southern China. And then there is also the famous casino city of the whole Asia, Macau. So these cities, they make an area of 70 million people in a single urban area. And we are going there. We are going to meet the important persons who are interested in us, and we are going to expand our tribe.
Could you please specify a bit more about the schedule of the trip?
Well, everybody will come on their own time, but the official program is from 5th of August to 11th of August this year, 2018. We will visit 4 cities and stay in each of them, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, Hong Kong, 2 nights, and then we will take one nice cruise to Macau.
So, how can you join in for the trip?
You need to get in touch with the people. The easiest way, if you don't know anyone, you will go to Tribe Tampere and you will find the event called Finest Bay Area Goes to Greater Bay Area, and click it. There you find a QR code which you can